Hey guys, I'm Nick, and on this episode of the Scran Line, it has finally happened. Macarons meet cupcakes, the French meet the Americans, and it's glorious. Now, before we get stuck into this beautiful macaron cupcake, I asked you guys in my last video if you wanted me to show you the ingredients at the start of my videos or go through them throughout the video. And basically, I encourage you guys to actually look at the comments. There were like over 700 comments. You guys were split in the middle. Like half of you wanted ingredients at the start, half wanted the ingredients throughout the video. What I've decided, and a lot of you made a lot of really good points, but I am choosing one. And I do thank everyone for contributing and telling me what they want to see in the videos. But I've decided to keep it as it is, and I'm going to keep it at the start of the video. I've rambled enough about that. I know that some of you are going to be a little bit upset about it, but that's okay. We'll all get through this together. I honestly did not think that it would cause such a big, like you guys had so many opinions about it, which is great. Anyway, moving on, macarons meet cupcakes. Finally, these cupcakes are actually made on a special ad campaign I did for a certain company a couple of days ago. So you guys are getting to see them first. And then when the ad campaign comes out, which should be soon, I think it's in about a month, I'm going to share it with you guys. It was so much fun. And from that ad campaign, there's going to be a giveaway. I'm going to let you guys know the details in a future video. You know what? Let me just get on with the rest because I've talked a lot, haven't I? These are the ingredients you need to make my macaron cupcakes. Okay guys, so to make the macarons, the ingredients you're going to need are some almond flour, caster sugar, 2 lots of egg whites, some icing or powdered sugar, water, some raspberry essence, that's optional, and some pink food dye. Now, if you're not following me already, make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with the latest episodes. We're going to start off by popping half of our almond meal and half of our icing sugar. Mix those in a food processor. Now, if you don't have a food processor, you can just sift these ingredients together. Once you've got that half done, you can pop the other half in and repeat the process. You're going to transfer that to a large mixing bowl, make a little well in the center and add your first lot of egg whites. Now you're going to mix that until it forms a paste. At first it's going to seem like it's not going to mix together, like there's not enough liquid, but just keep mixing and it'll all come together. We're going to move on to making our syrup. So in a small saucepan, I am going to add my water and sugar, give those a very gentle stir. And I am using a candy thermometer, guys, as usual. I recommend making this with a candy thermometer. If you're thinking of asking me how to do it without, I can't answer you because I don't know how to do it without a candy thermometer. They're really cheap. You can grab them online or at your local kitchen supply store. Now, once you reach 115 degrees Celsius, you're going to put your second batch of egg whites on and you're going to whisk those together. Now, you just want to get them nice and foamy so that when you reach 118 degrees Celsius, it should take a couple minutes. You're going to very slowly and in a thin stream, slow and steady stream, pour those very hot syrup into your egg whites. Now once you have it all in there, you're going to continue mixing for about 3 or 4 minutes before you add your raspberry essence and pink food dye. And you want to make sure that you scrape the bowl down at least once, just to make sure everything colors evenly. Now all up, you're going to mix this for about 6 minutes. If you can turn the bowl upside down and nothing comes pouring out in a disaster, then you know that the meringue is done. Once you know it's done, add half of your almond mixture and you're going to fold that in. Then you can add the rest of your almond mixture, fold that in until you reach a ribbon stage. So once the mixture falls off the spatula in a ribbon and disappears into the rest of the mixture after about 10 seconds, you know that your macaron batter is done. Now, this is where most people go wrong, in the mixing stage. So I like to go around the bowl and through the middle, and that helps deflate your egg whites, which also helps thin out your mixture. If you go too thin, guys, there's no going back, unfortunately, so you're gonna have to start again. I'm gonna line a baking tray with some baking paper. We're going to pipe some macarons on top, so we wanna make these fairly big because we want them to be the same size as your cupcakes. So depending on how big your cupcakes bake, that's how big you want to pipe your macaron batter. So for me, and I'd say it's roughly about 7 centimeters in width. Once you've piped them all, you want to gently tap your tray just to let any of the air bubbles rise to the top. We're going to bake these on 180 degrees Celsius for about 8 minutes. Once they're baked, leave them on the baking tray to cool down completely before you try taking them off. Moving on to our cupcakes. For the cupcakes, you're going to need some softened butter, cocoa powder, icing sugar, caster sugar, eggs, bicarb soda, and some salt. You're also going to need some maraschino cherries, I think they're called, some milk. You're going to need some cream as well. Now, you're going to start off by popping all of your dry ingredients into a large mixing bowl. Mix those on low speed until everything is well combined. Then you can stop your mixer and add your softened butter. Mix that until you reach a crumbly, sand-like texture. And while that's mixing, you're going to add your milk and eggs to a large jug. Whisk those up. Once those are whisked, you're going to add them to your dry ingredients in a slow and steady stream. Once you have all the wet in there, you can stop your mixer and you want to scrape down the bowl just to make sure everything gets mixed in properly. Then you can mix for a final 20 seconds. I'm going to line my cupcake tin with some cupcake liners. We're going to scoop the batter in there and fill them up about 3/4 of the way. Bake them for about 20 to 25 minutes, and you can transfer them to a cooling rack to cool down completely. Now we're also going to whip up some cream, so add your cream and vanilla extract into a large mixing bowl. Whisk those up to stiff peaks. Our cupcakes bake beautifully. We're going to core the center and fill it up with some chocolate sauce. Now I'm just piping a little bit of my chocolate ganache frosting on top of my cupcake just to help the macarons stick on there. We're going to pipe a nice round of that ganache frosting using a Wilton 6B tip and then stick the other cookie on top. Now I'm using a open star tip to frost some cream on top before I pop my cherry on top to finish these beautiful macaron cupcakes off. And guys, that is pretty much it. Okay guys, so those were my macaron cupcakes. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, make sure you hit the like button. The recipe is going to be on my website, thescranline.com. A link for that is in the box below. And make sure you subscribe. I upload 2 new videos a week for you guys. I know I say there's 2 videos over there for you guys to click on and for more deliciousness, and sometimes there isn't, but let's see if I actually put the videos there this time. As usual guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all on the next episode of the Scran Line.